Hey guys, it's Dr. Neville Campbell here, and welcome back to the Wellness Hustle podcast. You've seen the guests, you've heard their stories, ranging from medicine to legal to other professions. Today we have a radio personality here with us, someone who's been in the industry for quite some time, creating things differently, doing things differently, and also changing things for the Black community. Today we have Angie here with us. Angie is with Streetz Radio. They're here based in Georgia. This is their flagship office, flagship location, but they're expanding. They're taking the brand to different states just because they want to change lives and push the envelope and challenge what they can do. Angie, I love the trail that you're blazing, and welcome to the Wellness Hustle podcast.
I appreciate being here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Angie, it's been a minute of coming. I've seen you do your work. We've chopped it up. We've talked about, collaborating on different fronts. But here you are today around our table.
Super excited to be here.
We would like to hear your story.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Angie, I'm curious, and I'm sure most people are too. How did you get into this space?
So, honestly, I like to call myself the most orthodox person there is.
Why is that the case?
Because I find my own roads. When it comes to, I have a background in marketing. I went to school for marketing, but in radio, it's only so many seats. I work in the executive sales department, senior sales executive, that aspect. And when it comes to that, it's only so many seats. It's only so many stations, So you kind of got to get a little creative how you get in there. When I relocated back to Georgia, I wanted to get into that world, and it was difficult.
Yeah.
But when things are meant to be, they will happen.
When you say difficult, Angie, what do you mean?
It was different. I literally remember trying to get with, I won't say a station, it was another popular station, and I literally put my resume in a donut box just to get it up the stairs and act like I was Uber or something, to get it, because I know how competitive this world is, and this space is. Because even where I work now, my mentor, Miss Virginia White, she's been doing this 30 plus years. So when it lets you know you can have that type of longevity in the game, the people aren't losing those seats. So it's very, very competitive to be seen. Sometimes you got to know someone to even get that opportunity with all the degrees and whatever you may have coming out of school and things of that nature. But like I said, my path was a little different, and I was going to tell it because I believe in open doors and what you do with those doors. Mm-hmm. If the door's cracked, it's on you to figure out the rest of the way.
Right.
And my journey literally started, don't laugh at me, on Facebook. Young Jock, that's my brother. We've been knowing each other now 11 years, okay? This probably started about 11 years ago. He was looking for a personal assistant. Never in my life was a personal assistant. Never. But I'm like, I know I can do it. I've been in business already. I know what it takes to, quote unquote, help someone be successful.
Right.
So I hit him up. He actually responded. And here's where it gets tricky. Now, we all know that deals are done on the golf course. But in Atlanta, deals are also done in the strip club. Welcome to Atlanta, okay?
In the strip club.
In the strip club.
Let's talk about this, Angie. Come on.
So he's like, hey, yeah, I want to meet you. Come on out to Stilettos at the time.
And
Stilettos here in Atlanta, yes. And I get there because first of all, I talked to my mother first.
Okay.
I got good parents. I come from a good, I like to call it closest to Huxtables I could get. Okay. I appreciate it. So my mom's like, hey, baby, don't lose out on the opportunity. If it don't feel right, you can leave.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? But you never know, because she herself, coming from a corporate background, she has been in so many different rooms where deals were closed.
Right.
And this is where if my deal's gonna close here, well, hey, this is my story, you know? So when I get there, it's 50 other girls there. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? What am I doing here? But I knew I needed to get this particular position so I can get in the view of radio.
Right.
Because at the time, Jock, I think might have been on Streetz, was the morning show host for about 3 years. Station's been around, I think about 14 years now. So I said, how can I separate myself? I started organizing everybody else. I said, what can I do to separate
So
myself
you're
from the bunch?
organizing the people who
The
came for the
people
interview.
because it was unorganized. I
All
seen
right.
the unorganization in the process.
So you saw an opportunity.
There you go. And I seized it. I saw a door and I said, let me see what I can do.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I literally, got with those said girls and was like, hey, age, name, career, accomplishment. Got that list together on my phone, on my notes. It was like, hey, what's your number so I can screenshot you this list so that we don't have to waste time with everyone else and you can kind of weed out your bunch. And when he saw that, he's like, you come sit right here. And ever since then, I've been sitting right here.
Wow.
So I found my own place, my own way. And I worked with him personally, I want to say for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And to the point, I think the station still didn't know who I was, even though I was there in the mornings whenever he needed me. I was late night, early mornings, whatever it took to get the job done. And I eventually asked him, I said, hey, I know I can make more money a different way. Are you okay? I can still make money for you. I can still grow. And he's all about opportunity.
Right.
And he was like, sure, Angie, what you want to do? I said, I want to go apply for sales. I want to be in the sales department. I want to be able to not only sell you outside of the station, but also sell you within the station and see what I can do. Because that was kind of my ultimate goal.
Right.
I just had to take a different route to get there. In Streetz, I literally applied, I had my interview. It took me maybe like a month before I heard anything at all.
Yeah.
And I got that call, and I've been there ever since. I'm in my 9th year, I believe now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And I am super happy of the journey because I feel working with Streetz, Core Radio Group, it being still considered a new station, I was able to learn a lot in a lot of different departments that I might not have been able to learn somewhere else at a quote unquote well-oiled machine.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So it made me be creative.
Right.
It allowed me to be creative. Where in most places you may not have your CEO in the building or your directors of sales in the building or your promotions manager available to you. Shout out to Steve, Keely, and Solo. They are very, very helpful in communicating with me the opportunities I can bring to the table for my clients.
Gotcha.
And I think being able to work in that space helped build what I have going on today with my clients.
So you mentioned your clients. Let's talk about currently your book of business or a part of your book of business. I know you do a lot of work in the medical and legal space. Let's talk about that. How did you guys find sort of this area that needed attention, and what value are you bringing?
So I always tell people you could travel all over the world. You can go to New York, or you can go to LA, you can go to Texas, Florida, but nobody does radio how PI does radio here. Let's just keep it a buck, okay? You will see billboard after billboard in some locations, but when it comes down to radio, Atlanta has to be one of the most competitive markets. And I do love the fact that now my station, we are considered a Black radio station, urban radio, Black owned and operated, but we do have all different type of clientele that work with us because there is a need. Our community has a need, and we spend a lot of money in business. We are, I look at Georgia as one of those places like they like to say, you can make it in New York, you can make it everywhere. No, you make it in Atlanta, you can make it anywhere. That's the new thing, okay? So with us, it was also filling a void to expand business, entrepreneurship in spaces where they could be heard and get in where it wasn't astronomically pricey crazy, and the opportunity to give you the bells and whistles that maybe someone else might have not given you off rip because you're still growing.
Right.
But we recognize we're still growing. So like one of our long-lasting clients. It's not my personal client, but he's been there for a long time, so I do have to give him the respect, which is 1-800 Bethune. He's been there, I know, over 8 years with us now, consistent. I won't talk about what he spends, of course. Nobody wants to get into that.
Okay,
but
right.
he has been very consistent with us. And I always tell people, if it was not working,
Yeah.
you would not be spending.
Gotcha.
You know, so, you know, on top of the Morgan and Morgans of the world or the John Foys of the world, it gives us a space to grow the 1-800 Bethunes, the Julius Sanders, the Durham Laws, you know, the Taylor Law Firm. I love the increase of women now that I see in legal as well. Shout out to Attorney Adana and the things that she has going on. And for me and my clientele, I mean, I still bring the faces in. Shout out to the JR Law Group. That's my guy. I do work with Seth Bader, with Bader Law, Ken Nugent. You know, that right there to me should let everyone know, if you don't see value in Black dollars, where are you looking?
Right.
Because if Ken Nugent can come to my station and see the value in us, what are we talking here?
Speaks volumes.
There you go. There you go. So and one of somebody who's near and dear to me, which is Attorney Nagel, the Nagel Law Firm. Shout out to 833
Great
Clayco
guy,
1.
by the way. Great guy.
That is my guy. But that just shows you the different faces that are brought into our platforms. And we're able to still be creative with all of them.
Right.
And I feel like I said at Streetz, I love the fact that I'm able to be creative and to go to my boss and say, hey, let's do this. Let's do a back to the music stuff. Let's do a community day. Let's do my one of my clients is rebranding his name again. Let's do events every single month so that in every different part of Georgia, so that everybody knows who he is and that person is shaking hands and kissing babies. You know what I'm saying? Not just on the billboards, but in the community, because that's where you are most likely remembered. You think it's it is the radio, it is the billboards, but it's also you.
Connecting.
You have to be a part of the community today, so that somebody can say, I remember him from so-and-so event, or I remember him from a giveaway that they did. Just whatever your backyard is, owning it, as well as promoting as you should be your brand. But I love that part of my job, and to expand business. I come from a place of, I inspect what I expect. Shout out to my mom. And if you do that, if you treat those assets like it's your own asset, then your client will stay winning and you will stay winning. And then they will want you on a journey beyond maybe what you even thought your scope would be. And I have a few clients that have blessed me to start thinking in that perspective of what I can do even beyond radio. So yeah, I love being able to be a part of growth. I tell people all the time, I don't care if it's $500 a month, $30,000 a month. I will treat that client the same, because I don't know where they will be in the next 2 years. And I have a few clients that are testament to that. We might have started here, but now we're here. And I can't wait to see where we are come here. And that's the journey I like to see the most.
Angie, if I should ask you, since you've been with Streetz and transitioned to the sales department, the current book of business, what percentage of that would you say is directly related to the work that you've done in the streets, the relationship that you've built, the people that you've engaged with?
Say it again. I need to break that down.
Since you've been with the firm, not the firm, but with the
with my
radio
station,
right, in this sales department, the book of business seems like it has grown.
Yes.
Significantly.
Yes.
If you had to lend a percentage, a number that you have directly or indirectly contributed to that overall number,
I want to say,
what would you say?
About 40%.
40%.
About 40%. And that's because I do have some great mentors on my team that have been doing some great things for a while. But I will be honest, I I was at a place, I was on a high, because radio is in sales and it's a very competitive market. I was on a nice trajectory. I hate to use this word, but I needed to see this word in my life again. I got comfortable.
Okay.
I got comfortable.
Okay, we're gonna
And
talk about this.
being comfortable can get you scary, but
Oh yeah.
but for me, I had a journey I had to get through. I had lost some major clients, and I really could have tucked tail or tried something different or say, oh, I'm tired, you know. But I met Christian Hughes Marketing, and I will give it to him. He put me back in the space of, Angie, let me just take you some places. That man took me to a few events, and after that, it was over with. I seen the light of the tunnel, and I said, oh, I am up, and it is stuck, and I don't know where I'm gonna go from here, but I know it's rocking it up.
Right.
And ever since then, I have been, I have seen a significant growth in what I've done. My station has seen it, which is powerful for a smaller station, but like I said, that's on top of what I'm already building. You know, so where others would have said, okay, let me go try something else, somewhere easier, something different. I was able to dig deep, and by digging deep, I was able to increase my bottom line, the station's bottom line, and grow in places I didn't think I would be able to grow in, and which is what you need, you know.
If I'm hearing correctly, it seems like you were able to lean into the uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by doing that,
yeah, it opens so many doors.
Persevering,
yes,
that's where doors began to open.
Wide open.
That's
Doc.
where clarity.
Wide open, Doc. I ain't gonna lie, and I am blessed for it. And I like the fact that I don't like to be in the box with the clients that I do work with. I've been, yes, I have success in PI or Cairo and things of that nature, which I love, but being with Streetz and being one with the community, I have clients with City of Morrow, City of Forest Park. I've done some great things this year with Black Home Streaming Network, now that's TV, that's been doing over 6 years now, running successfully, pretty much one notch under Zeus, which is a big thing, and they're Black owned and operated. Car dealerships, schools. I like to be able to put all of those things together, because that way I can bridge my clients together and we can co-mingle together.
Yeah.
And we can integrate and collab together. Even though I have great success with the doctors and lawyers, but I love being able to put those doctors and lawyers with those schools.
Yeah.
With those streaming sites.
Yeah.
With those different city events and things that are going on in their backyard. So now it's more of a universal connection between my clients to see, hey, let's all collaborate and let's all grow together.
Yeah.
And I love it. So
where does 10 years from now, like, what does that look like for you?
So 10 years from now is still in media, but...
And remember, you got to speak it now, because when you speak it,
yes,
you're going to claim it.
And I'm going to say that, yeah. So 10 years from now, I see myself in media with my own company.
Say that again for me loudly.
In media with my own company. Yes, that is where I see myself.
And there's something that's called personal affirmation.
Yes.
And this is when we look ourselves in the mirror. I'm going to have you look yourself in your camera. Mine is over there. You know where yours is. Because when you rewatch this episode, next year, the year after, and the year after, you're going to remind yourself of the promise that you're making now.
For sure.
Because this promise is in purpose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And purpose is calling you because you have something uniquely to give in this space. Whether it's African American, Black executives in this space, females coming up looking for an opportunity, whatever it is that you're going to do. But you can only do that if you lean into the uncomfortable.
There you go.
So as we wrap up today's session, Angie, I'd like you to remind yourself. Leave the future Angie a message from today. That's the goal.
Got you.
That's the challenge. Leaving the future Angie a message. So when you look back at this message, you can say, I did what we decided to do. So once again, Angie, 10 years from now, what will Angie be doing?
Angie will have her own media company with her own book of clientele, feeding all of Atlanta and beyond, Georgia and beyond. And that's where I will be. And I hope to take a lot of beautiful Black women and men on that journey with me and all my other clients.
Angie, I'm here for the journey.
Yeah.
I am here for the ride.
Yeah.
And 10 years from now, pray God I'm still around, because we'll be having the conversation.
Oh, you're going to be around.
Not just, you did it. The conversation looking at our mutual growth and success.
Yes.
It was a pleasure having you on the Wellness Hustle podcast.
Thank you
Angie,
so much.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.